And should they have an issue with this, this is where you should consider your boundaries to be overstepped. If you're interested in skipping all of the pleasantries and just getting straight to the point, I have a chapter timestamps listed in the description box below. Feel free to skip this introduction. I'll see you soon. Bro. Welcome to my channel. I am Fronten'a, and today I'm going to be reading you my blog titled Boundaries Are the Answer to Better Mental Health. For the written version of this blog, you can visit me on my website. The link will be listed below. Now, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since y'all brought it up, go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Go on now. I'll wait. Do 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 do. Woo, child! I thought I was gonna have to tell y'all twice. Ooh, and really quick, do y'all remember that one time when I was telling y'all about that one time? Y'all remember that? Well, anyway, to make a long story short, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, okay? Now, let's get into this audio blog. I remember some years back when I was married to my first husband. I had made a friend with my then brother-in-law's girlfriend. She and I were about the same age and had children about the same age, so we very easily ended up hitting it off. Our children were first cousins, so it made it very easy to be very friendly. She and I actually had a very long friendship, and some of my most fun times were during the times that she and I were close. One thing that came up often as an issue within our friendship, though, was her reception into the family, because it was much different than mine was. My then mother-in-law, who was also the mother of the father of her children, took to her. But me, since the very beginning, she all but hated. She would often tell me that I took her quote-unquote good son. And no matter how hard I tried to get her approval, she simply decided that I was not worthy of it. And that made my life being married to her son a literal living hell. And what made it even more difficult was the fact that I had to watch her not only be loving and kind to my friend, but she even treated our children very differently. She, my ex-mother-in-law, loved my friend's kids the way a grandmother does. But she treated my children as though they were my kids, but not also her grandkids. And that always had a major impact on me. I made a fuss about it to my then husband. I made a fuss about it to my then ex-mother-in-law, like directly. And I would constantly be confiding in my then very good friend about how the treatment I got from my mother-in-law really affected me. Now, this was not usually just out of the blue that I would talk about the issues I was having with my ex-mother-in-law, though sometimes it would. But it was usually as a response to me and my old friend consistently telling me about how great of a grandmother she was to her children, how the ex-mother-in-law would do this and do that for her kids, and so on. I pulled my friend to the side so many times to let her know how this behavior really hurt me. It was not my friend's fault that my ex-mother-in-law treated her and the kids much differently than she did us, but she held some blame for not respecting my request to not hear about it. It was one of those things where what you don't know can't hurt you, but I did know, and it did hurt me. I asked her many times over the years to just not mention those things to me, but she never relented. Even years after I had been divorced, she would continue to give me information that I knew she knew would hurt me. Now, I don't think she did it intentionally. I really don't. I don't think she intentionally tried to hurt me, but hurt was a consequence nonetheless. Now, this story is not about my ex-mother-in-law or the old friend. This is about me not setting boundaries around that situation. Had I been the person then that I am today, I know those years of dealing with that would not have played out the way that it did. Since she did not experience my ex-mother-in-law the same way that I did, she would often say things like, well, she didn't do me like that. No matter the situation or how it made me feel, since she had never experienced my ex-mother-in-law in that way, she would minimize my experiences. So, I want to encourage you all to make sure that you are setting boundaries and standing firm in them. Never allow anyone to make your experiences seem small just because they are small to them. Really, Thig? I'm recording. Golly. Where was I at? Oh, here we go. Never allow anyone to make your experiences seem small just because they are small to them. You are welcome to feel your feelings. And to me, this seems really obvious. But the problem is, we, as a society, have become so good at making people who have true emotional experiences seem weak or dramatic. Or even this new thing that they done coined called sad fishing. Your experiences and how they affect your life are yours. And this is not up for debate, period. You must be firm in your demand to have the people around you handle you with care, kindness, and love. And should they have an issue with this, this is where you should consider your boundaries to be overstepped. I only wish I had the boundary setting skills then that I do now. I know for a fact. Are you done? Because I'm recording. No, you cannot sit up here, sister. There's not enough space for us both in this chair. Gosh. Dang. Where did I leave off? Oh, you know what? We'll start here. I only wish I had the boundary setting skills then that I do now. I know for a fact that having boundaries set and enforcing those boundaries when I needed to would have made a huge difference in how my mental health battle played out as well. When I was younger, my depression showed itself as fear and brokenness. And mind you, I was married to my first husband only 4 days after my 18th birthday, so I was literally a child bride. I didn't know how to tell the people around me what I needed or how I needed them to handle me. So it broke me. So many people and so many experiences broke me because I didn't know that I had a voice. I didn't know that I had the right to demand people handle me with care, kindness, and love. I thought expecting people to treat me the same way that I treated them was me asking for too much. And thinking back on it now, it's crazy that I really thought wanting to be handled with care was me asking for too much or me asking for more than I deserved. I wish I could go back and tell myself, girl, it is not. Since I cannot go back and be the voice for the me that needed it then, I really want to offer myself to teach others how to find their own voice. You deserve to be handled with care. And anyone who cannot or will not shouldn't be allowed to handle you at all. I would love to hear about your own experiences where your boundaries were not being respected. How did you all handle that? And if you're still going through that, what do you think you could work on to make your boundaries more clear? Y'all, let's chat about it in the comment section below. Also, make sure you watch this video here because it gives you some really great tips for going about how to set boundaries and how to enforce them. And I'll also link 2 more videos at the end that talk about my own mental health journey and what I learned along the way that I think you guys, matter of fact, no, I know you guys will really find a lot of value in. Now, y'all, please be mindful of how you allow others to handle you, and forgive yourself for how you've handled you. Please consider becoming a part of my village. I think you'll like it here. Until next time.